Hi, I'm Kitti at the Art House, and today I'm going to show you how to colour this rainbow prism look. The colours that I'm going to be using for this look today are Hot Pink, Psychedelic Sunset, Electric Banana, Electric Lizard, Voodoo Forest and Purple Haze. I like to use colour-coded bowls and colour-coded brushes. Helps me remember which colour's in which bowl and which brush goes into which bowl. I'm going to start with the top panel. I've sectioned the top panel off and I've sectioned off the two sides, similar to how you would section off a half-head highlights. I'm going to use mesh for this technique, but you can also use foil. And my top section, I've made sure it's about the same width as the mesh sheet that I'm about to use. I'm going to lift this section up and put that mesh underneath. So I'm going to start with my pink stripe. It's going to be right on the top here, right on that hairline. From there, I'm going to go to the orange. Same thing. The yellow, same thing. Green. Putting down, making sure that's nice and tight, not letting go of that section. Measuring the blue. And then my last colour, the purple. Okay, so once I've got all my stripes the first time, we're going around again. So starting with the pink. Now I've got a little tail. I'm not going to carry on here just yet, because this is the first section. I need to make sure that all the colours saturated through. It's gone all the way through the hair. And from the underneath, just going to add some more colour. I'm going to take the next section, just take a slice through here, place that down, hold it nice and tight, place it down over the previous section. As you can see, I start to press this down, and I'm using the exact stripes that I put in before. So that's now my guide. Now I can see where everything lives and where it lands. So there's no reason you can't still go through in the exact order that you applied before. I like to do it this way. I can see what's going on. I can pick up my orange. I can do all of my orange together. All of my yellow together. Just to me it makes a bit more sense. It makes it feel a bit easier. Just going through and matching everything up on those stripes, making sure I keep everything nice and neat. I can go a little bit more backwards and forwards on these guys now, because I can see through the sections what's underneath, where I'm placing everything. So that green, painting that on in there. Okay, so that is the top panel done, complete with all of the rainbows. So that's going from pretty much near the occipital bone all the way down through the front. As I've worked my way through the top section, you can see as I've added more hair and pulled everything forward, I've added more stripes in that same order going all the way back through here. We can also see that with this wig, because I'm going to do the side sections as well, I'm not worried too much about keeping this edge nice and neat, because I'm going to use this as a guide for my side sections, as you'll see in a moment. If I was just doing a top panel, I'd have gone through and I'd have painted in the edges of these side sections with the colour I was intending to use on the rest of the head, and been a little bit more careful through here not to smudge that through. But that's that top panel all done. The last thing I'm going to do is just place a mesh over the top of the whole thing. Once that mesh is on, I can fold that up out of the way so my client can have a coffee, see, while her colour's processing. I'm just going to clip that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to show you the side sections now. This is how you would do it. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going in at the side, at that angle, same as you would for the, like a veil section on a highlight. I'm going to take that section here, pop the mesh underneath, and I would repeat exactly the same process as I've just done on that top panel. I've got here, I can see all of the colours that I used through that top panel, and I would actually use that as a guide to know where my start point was. So this section would start with purple here, my next section would have blue, and so on and so forth until I work through to the back. Just make sure that everything all blends together and is all cohesive. Okay, so now we're all done applying. So we've done our stripe section through the top panel here, the head is tipped forward at the moment. We've done our stripe panel through either side, pulling everything forwards. And then I've just gone in through the back panel, doing exactly the same technique, pulling everything sideways towards the hairline on this side, and then exactly the same on the other side, parting in the middle. Now we're just going to leave that to process for 30 minutes and then rinse it all off. Oh, we cut that off the start. Okay, so now we're going to rinse. I'm going to start by just carefully peeling the mesh off of the stripes. I'm not going to slide that off because that will smudge all the colours together. So just carefully peel that back. And then rinse each section one at a time. So to stop the colours all running together, smudging together, I'm using cold water. Because this is a wig, I'm using really cold water. If I'm doing this on a client, I'd be doing it as cold as they can comfortably stand it. Once I've rinsed that, and that underneath, I'm just going to peel the mesh off from the underneath. And she's done. Look at her doing a swish.